Hello again, folks. It's DJ here with the news which I wish to discuss with you all, and comments afterwards, please, if you will. And don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to press like. Subscribe doesn't cost you $1, doesn't cost you £1, doesn't cost you a penny, doesn't cost you a rupee. It's totally free. So please subscribe and like and comment. So today, I want to talk this afternoon about China. China is willing to abide its time over taking over the island of the democracy of Taiwan. Why? Because China sees the Western democracy states going socialist and weakened by the policies that we are undertaking. So Keir Starmer and his left-wing Socialist Party members are weakening the economy, the economic viability of the UK. Businesses are leaving and no longer willing to invest in our economy. That penalises them by £25 billion a year for national insurance contributions, plus another £5 billion on the so-called green energy drive. This is where we give up all production of oil and gas ourselves, and we hand it over to other nations. And then we say, oh, look, we're being green. But we're not. We're just handing it over. It's like our recycling. Recycling, we all have our green bins. Well, we do in where I live. Green bins, we put our recyclable materials in. And we think, great, all that plastic is being recycled. No. Most of it is shipped to India. And they have all of it there. So we've got rid of it. We say, oh, look, we've recycled. No, we haven't. We've just transported our responsibility to another country. So, but that's another argument I have. But let's stick with what we're talking about. 1% of all our energy that we use in Britain, in the UK, is provided by ourselves. 99% of our energy comes from abroad. So, to supply our energy needs, we need coal. We need fracking, coal mines, fracking. We need offshore drilling for oil and natural gas. Ed Miliband, the environmental minister of this new government, has told the drilling people, no more drilling in the North Sea. Leave it there. Leave it there. We'll buy it else. We'll buy it from Russia. We'll buy it from Germany. We'll buy it from Europe. We'll buy it from anywhere except from ourselves. This is a nonsense, absolute nonsense, because costing of the imported energy is exorbitant. And of course, it makes us reliant on people who could turn against us, our enemies, Russia. So China is biding its time thinking, you're all collapsing anyway. We'll be able to take over without much of a battle. But now they have a bugbear because we have a new president in the USA, President J. Trump, Donald J. Trump. And they know, he's volatile. He's unpredictable. So they're worried now. But why have they got the ambition in the first place to take over Taiwan? Why? I'll tell you why. It's their location. Taiwan occupies and sits in the heart of the first island chain. Now, this is a network of Western Allied islands that back America. And with Taiwan being protected by America at the moment, and it was getting a bit dodgy because Biden wasn't strong enough, it stops the People's Liberation Army, the Chinese People's Liberation Army, the PLA, from pushing into the Pacific and achieving their geopolitical role of parity with the USA. They are in conflict with the USA because USA says, we're the number one country in the world, and China wants to be that place. So this is the problem. It's a parity that's long-standing aim of the Chinese Communist Party. China is building new mobile piers, and these piers will help in their invasion. This disaster. What about this disastrous Chagos Island deal that Sakir has rushing through? It's disastrous. They're giving it away to Mauritius. Mauritius never did have control over the Chagos, so why do we give it them? And then we pay them. I mean, at the moment on offer is £8 billion to pay them to take over an island that we and the USA have our military depot on, which is preventing China from taking over the seas and the oceans. It's political and suicide. It's national suicide. And China's leader, Xi Jinping, he is now thinking with the Chinese Communist Party, what do we do? Do we wait, as we've been doing, for the West to collapse? Or now that Trump has took over and he has said, we'll make America great again, do we dare wait and the West gets stronger? Or do we attack now? It's a combination of armed conflict between, on one side, China, with its massive build-up of arms and a massive army, together with North Korea, and North Korea would expect to be given South Korea in return for helping them. So you can see what's going on there. South Korea is an ally of the West, and America has promised to come in and protect them, so you got it again. Russia will join them, and with its satellite states, so they'll be against, plus a few other Eastern and African countries, will be against the USA, Britain, Australia, New Zealand, Canada, and it would be devastating for our economies. We will be financially destroyed with a war. Britain's only just recovered from the Second World War. Debt, we're still paying it. Wartime rules would be brought in, curtailing freedoms of travel, freedom of speech. I recall the often posted posters in World War II. It said, walls have ears. And there was a picture of a person with over the, keep quiet, don't speak, no free speech. It was a gag across the mouth. In the USA during that time, Japanese people were rounded up and put into camps. In case, I emphasise, because there's no proof, but in case their loyalties lay elsewhere and not with America. Our liberties will be taken away from us. Our freedoms will be taken away from us if this war starts. And we've already seen it. We've already seen what happens because we've been shown how we will behave. Loyalty is questioned if you do not agree with everything the government dictates. China, North Korea will have no problems with this, as the people are already governed that way. We have seen the compliance the Western world will take. It was easily obtained by the way we all reacted to orders that were given during the COVID pandemic, when they said, you can't leave your house. You can't visit the poor. You can't visit the sick. You can't visit the lonely. You can go out once to do your weekly shopping or an hour exercise for walking, but get back in. And the police would stop people. Why are you out? Why are you outside? I know this happened. It happened to me. So you are already seeing that we will comply. No assemblies. Churches closed down because the government said, you can't assemble, you can't go and pray to God. I know it's a crisis, but you can't go and pray to God. Do it in your own. No more than 7 people can gather together. So Friends couldn't. If you had a party and the eighth person come, you broke the law. This was what was happening. So, will or can a worldwide conflict be avoided? In the short term, I believe that ball is in the hands of the Chinese. So that's me for today. Don't forget to subscribe and like and make your comments. So it's over to you now. Bye.